Hello, Gigaschatten here, bringing you a game, best of the best, and this time a second game with the Hordes of the Fury, because I felt the first one with Fexer was good, and we learned a lot, for example, with the neutronic fuel carriers, that you can build them with Warp 1 and still fly around with Warp 9, stuff like that, and also other tiny bits, how he scouted with the first medium, that it was solely used to just fly out and colonize and explore everything, but just with a single clan, so that he could have a good overview on what kind of planets he can expect, right? So that was really good. But I kind of felt that his enemies weren't the strongest, to be honest, although it had a high difficulty modifier of 1.8 something. So Fexer, don't get me wrong, awesome play, nevertheless, and we all learned a lot. And this time we're now going to have a look at Cram. So this is also a German guy, and if we look at this history, um, it's mixed, but in the upper part, so very good. And let's try to find a game which is quite new and where he won. So this time he lost, he got dead. Maybe that's also a good video which we have to make, because also these good guys can also lose. I mean, there are 11 players, and then maybe at some point of time we're going to have a look on why they lost and maybe learn from that as well. Same here, look at that. I mean, he plays a lot of Hordes of Fury, obviously, which is already good. Here he finished third. Here he finished first. And you know what? Let's have a look at this game. It has a high DM factor. We have another one, but with a little bit lower factor. Let's see. So let's jump into the Kichi sector. Okay, what is this? This is a battle for the Kichi sector. Zero ally game. Only one player can win. I see. Turn 109. What about this one? Is this with... Yeah, this battle will be won, but it's 2022, so we're going to go for the Kichi sector here, this one. Alright, so Cram. Let's have a look what you did, especially the first 15 to 20 turns. They are the most important ones. And then also to see it from how you took it from there. Almost every game, astonishingly, right? Almost every game we watched so far, except I think for the Federation one. I can't remember the Lizard one, but definitely the Birdman and the last guy, Pexer with the Klingons, they had access to fire clouds. And with that, they conquered the sector. So let's see how this worked out for you. So let's start with turn one. As usual, we're going to have a look at the map, and already something interesting. This is something very interesting. Are these more than 500 planets? I mean, just in the middle of nowhere? No, this is not. This is 500, but normally you are much farther outside, I would guess. Interesting. I mean, here's the middle. Let me just quickly check something. Let's take a ruler here. And can't I do a ruler? Yeah, I should be able. Okay, but I can't float like. Okay, I see. Good. So let's kill that. Go for the ruler again. Click on the home world and find 2000, 2000. So this is X coordinates is here. Y coordinates are here somewhere. So somewhere here is the middle, 560 light years. Okay. So maybe my maps look different, but I kind of have the impression that you're further outside. But so be it. From the looks, let's have a look. It's very interesting. I'm a bit puzzled. So here's a kind of a gap. Not many planets here, kind of, right? But he has a nice cluster here to the right. And here's a cluster in this direction. And if there's no one in his backyard, then he has like access to this whole section. And this is really good if you compare it to someone sitting here, right? Big emptiness, a little bit, okay, this cluster, but I don't know. This is already looking quite good, but let's have a look. Again, one of the things I find very, very, very strange. Why don't you max the factories? This is a mistake. I'm sorry. This is a pure mistake because these 7 supplies add up. If you have 100 turns, this is 700 supplies you don't have. I mean, you build it in turn 1. Yeah, you need to subtract like 3 to 4 turns unless you get the return on investment, the ROI, but this is a mistake. Nevertheless, also, okay, this is something new. He opts for mines only for 250. Fine, this is something new we haven't seen yet. So 350 wouldn't make a sense, but 350, okay, let's have a look. How does he build? 150 clans, 50 supplies, 400 mega credits. Let's see if we can make something out of it. 50 supplies times 3 is 150. Leaves you 250. Yeah, strange, odd number, but let's see how we will proceed. Okay, he's just flying out, and normally the opening is large deep space fighters, that's it. But, interesting. Okay, he's opting for a Coldpain class cruiser as the first build. Very nice. And, yeah, then I would say let's directly jump into turn 2. And a ship is built. Let's also have a look at the scoreboard. Whom do we have? We have Casebolt, Ape God, Crusader, Quasimodo, Larry McCarthy, Lunch Money, Sorry Gull, Spawny, Kane, and Falkirk. Okay, so let's have a look. What did you find? Okay, this guy's name is not Faxer, therefore he is not Mr. Lucky Native Guy. This is something I hadn't seen before, but he is like me, he found a rock. Okay, let's see how he proceeds. 20, 10, 40, okay, just a little bit dropped off and then trying to find the next planet. And as you might be aware, or not, one of the 3 planets normally near your home world is a nice native planet. So he should be building now a large deep space freighter next. So let's cycle through his ships. Also, how will he load that up? Interestingly, no torpedoes, but he has 4 X-rays, gets 20 supplies, lots of mega credits actually, for the 80 clans, and flies out. I would not really build a large deep space freighter because either you have natives here or here. So let's see. Yes, there we have the large deep space freighter. Anything going on his homeworld? Yes, he is now building another 50 mines. Okay, kind of delayed. Still, factory is not maxed. This is not good. Okay, so let's go for time machine turn 3. So, what do we have? We have another rock. So this planet, barren, almost completely useless. Another barren planet. So this is a standard opening actually. So unlike Mr. Fexer, who got like 9 natives out of 10, this guy is more like me. He just finds planets without natives, but he surely has one here. So let's see. Avian Feudal, good, but not awesome, I would say. So good. Again, 20, 10, 40. So let's see what he built with the 1040 on this planet. Okay, he built like 10 factories and has like 10 mega credits left. Interesting. Okay, how much did he drop? Just 1 clan, fine, and just continuing. And I would now build most probably a large deep space freighter as well. Okay, so the next one I would load with 1000 clans and 200 supplies. So let's see what he did here. He loaded it with 1100 clans and only 100 supplies. Okay. Because I think you get enough money to kind of, let's check that. Maybe not. Oh yes, you do. Look at this. I mean, you could also take 200 or even 300 supplies with you. For 100, you could build and 300 mega credits the factories. For the other ones, you could get the mines, but you know, density is great. So 500 uranium secured, but the rest of the minerals, you don't have many. But that's fine. Okay, so I would build another large deep space freighter, but we'll see. So let's cycle through his planets. He still has enough cash. He is going for the max colonist growth build. Here again, bad planet, barren. Yeah, so let's have a look. It's another Coldpain class cruiser. Interesting. Okay. So aggressive opening. Maybe he's going to use it cloaked to fly into this cluster here. Might be, not sure. We're gonna see. Okay, it's turn 3. In the first turn you can build a large deep space freighter. In the second turn you can load it up. In the third turn you can fly somewhere. And in the fourth turn you can have a new base. Therefore, scoreboard, everyone is at one base. So let's see who opts for a second base already, if anyone. Turn 4. Okay, as I suspected, this guy, he's now taking no money with him. He's flying out and he wants to colonize the planet next to him. It's this one. Let me check. Let's do a circle here quickly. Add a new layer, a circle here around his homeworld, and let's set that to 162. Press tab. Even with this ship here, I think I would have gone for these ones because they are, you know, clustered. That's what I would have done, but he opts for this planet. Fine. So let's have a look. Again, cloak is activated and he's flying out. No torpedoes yet on this ship. He dropped everything. He goes, as usual, for a slow build. Good. What do we have here? Siliconoid, participatory. Awful planet in terms of the amount of natives. Very bad. However, excellent. He found himself a uranium source. The planet has good degrees, 52. So he can grow them and he can build another base here. So that's good. That's the only good parts. Yeah. So he's going to drop some clans here and develop it and they will grow. Okay, so he's further flying out, trying to find anything. I mean, he had like, you normally have 60% natives on your planets. So far he got 2, so 5 planets, like 2, it's 40%. So this should be another native. It is. And he found himself a molly source. Again, natives really, really shitty. Good. Molly, but degree is bad, 89. And if you click on the planet, okay, here you can't see it, but you will see in the next turn. He dropped something here. Interestingly, he doesn't carry too many supplies and just kind of colonizes everything on the way. Yeah. This is also a playstyle like many good players do. The first ships kind of spread out and then he uses other ships. I would have already flown back with my ships, but no need for that, I guess. Okay, good. That's his turn. So what is he going to build? Large deep space freighter. Come on. There we go. Large deep space freighter. Good. No activity yet. What's this? So let's have a look at the scoreboard. Any second base? No. Okay. Interesting. Maybe this is my kind of play style. I always opt for a second base as fast as possible. But let's see. So rebels, lizards, always good to have a second base. Good. Just scoreboard was. Let's have a look again. The only guy who is opting for a freighter opening only is the Evil Empire, and the robots Quasimodo. I think he landed and disassembled one of his ships. or they got into a fight. I don't think. Yeah, it could be now. Okay, this is different. It could be that the robots built a, is it called Pawn class spaceship? This is a ship which costs like over 242 uranium or something. It's a tech level 3 ship, but it has a bioscanner with 100% bioscan. This could be it, right? He dropped it, scanned, and then he disassembled it. Yeah, not dropped it, but built it, scanned for natives, got the scan reports, and then recycled it. Okay, I think this is what happened. But for the crystal, I don't know what happened. I think he just missed a turn. So that's already Ape God. He missed a turn. Very bad. Good. Time Machine, turn 5. So far, this is more a game I encountered recently. I'm sorry, Fexer. I have to tell it, but you were Mr. Lucky with your natives, man. And this is more like what normal players encounter. They get like very, very shitty planets. They have then maybe one which is kind of good, but not awesome, and so on, right? So, again, another barren planet. As I said, this guy is feeling my pain, and so this one is a little bit better than this one. Reason is, you have another molly source. But so far, look at this. This is the native free zone here, because the siliconoid tribal, you don't get money out of them. I mean, if there were at least 9 million, it would have been good. He could have, you know, he could pillage them at least, but no. Very, very shitty natives. So eager to see how you managed to win this game, because this opening is really not good. Honestly. Okay, both ships are being flown to this planet. Risky. If a Falcon lands or a probe, you can lose both fighters, but that's a risk you sometimes have to take. So he is trying to find out what's in this cluster. See if he will succeed. What did you find? Insectoid tribal. Okay, 50 degrees is really good. He found himself a tritanium source, so we have 2 mollies here. We have uranium here, and we have tritanium source here. But tribal is really, really shitty, so he just barely gets money out, and you don't have many. So this will be an interesting recording already. I know that, because this doesn't look very good. Okay, so we cycled through. Now let's quickly cycle through his planets as well. Minus 18, he's running a little bit low on money. Also uranium, not that high, because he is building more and more. So he had a second large deep space fighter. He has now another Coldpain class cruiser. So yeah, it's nice. Different playstyle. So as you remember, Fexer, fast second base, neutronic fuel carrier, star drive 1, fly around, colonize more and more planets. He's just more like the classic build here, what we are seeing. Scoreboard, second base. Yes, the rebels. Oh, finally. I love you. Good job, Kane. So you are going to produce more and more Falcons and then expand faster, so you definitely know Joshua's videos. That's good. So, Time Machine, turn number 6. What do we have? Please, please, have a nice native planet. No, another rock. Okay, this guy is feeling the pain. And he is like, piss. I'm pretty sure. And he's like, why? Why am I finding no natives? He dropped everything. Defense is up to 16. 16 is an odd number, right? I don't know why 16, but 16 is odd. So, because with 20, I mean with 15 and then 16 you get a little bit more, I guess one more fighter. But with, and plasma bolts, yeah, the plasmas will kill, I think, any hyper space capable ship. But 16 is an odd number because it doesn't prevent it from sensors scan. Okay. So both ships are flying not back. Yeah, he's now taking some money and he wants to develop this planet for the fast uranium. This is something you always have to do, and I guess he's not taxing the natives here at all. Yeah, he is taxing. That's fine, but at some point of time, they're growing quite okay. They were at 690. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, let's cycle again through the ships. What do we have here? Another barren planet. Oh my god. Really unlucky, but a very nice molly source. Extremely nice. This planet he has to develop fast as well. Reason is he has 97% on molly, but he needs to find something in here, like natives. Okay. He's not despairing, further flying out. Everything is done. And eager to see what he's going to build. Probably a D7? No, a large deep space variant. Okay, good. Still, factory is not maxed. I don't understand this, but maybe someday people will tell me, yeah, 250 has a reason. And I'm eager to learn. Go board. Second base by the privateers. Yes, good. Good job. That's good. I mean, he can't afford it. I get that. Yeah, but knowing the neutronic fuel carrier opening, I could consider opening it regardless with every race who has that. But let's see. Let's see how this turns out. Time machine, turn 7. Quite fast here. Again, come on. Another rock. I'm so sorry, man. You really have my you know the story of King of Midas. Everything he touched went to gold, and I'm like normally with planets, everything I find is like shit. It's barren. It's like this guy. So I feel you. I feel your pain. Another one clan dropped, and he's just flying out. So the first medium is just, you know what? I'm a scout guy. I'm going to scout as far as I can go until I die or run out of clans. I like that. This is something I definitely have to do. Okay, he is now in his mindset. I try to understand what's going on here. He's like, oh man, I didn't find really good natives except for this one, so I need to expand my view onto other planets as well. So again, let's draw this circle here quickly. This was the layer, and we are going to get this and go to 162. Yeah, and he's even so desperate this he's not flying into this cluster because this would be just 2 turns away, right? But he says, no, I'm going to explore this one right out of the box. Getting kind of what I like about this is you're spreading yourself out in every direction. That way, unless it's a cloaker, you will see the enemy coming from any direction. So that's quite nice. So it's not like I'm expanding in this direction and then somewhat from here in my backyard you have Borg infestation or whatever. No, he's spreading out evenly. That's nice. Okay, next he's taking what he has. So the planet is drying out, and he's going to develop this planet here, which has nothing, but I guess he's going to build now factories on the planet. We're going to see. This one is just flying back, and he is saying, okay, I have exactly 1 planet, and from that planet I'm getting money, so I'm going to bolster that up and fly more and more clans out. Great. Also here, what did he do? Okay, he said, yeah, I need to develop this planet because here's the uranium source, as I said, and also the defense up to 20. So he's now scan safe, and he's going to continue his journey a little bit north, taking more clans, and also develop this insectoid because here he has the tritanium. So exactly what I said, but he needs to soon also develop either this planet, this is the Molly, or one of these 2, and preferably then this one. So let's see. So far he's not seen. What about this? Reptilian. Participatory is good, but you don't have many. Again, shitty planet. 325, and the reptilians, you can't utilize them. They dig out and mine stuff double the rate, but the planet doesn't have good mines, so yeah. Again, unlucky. They're really unlucky. Just dropping, okay, 10, 10. Flying. Continuing. Come on. One good native planet. Reptilian. Unity. Unity again. Awesome. Same problem as here. Look at this. You can't really get money out. Yeah, 400. I mean, this is like the second best he has. Oh man, really unlucky. And again, reptilian, you can't utilize them. There's nothing in the ground. I have to say, you are not very lucky. Okay, still one base, but what can you do? Another Coldpain class cruiser. Okay, he's like, why? The reason is this ship is cheap. Look at this, 768 mega credits. It costs a little bit on Molly. That's correct, but otherwise it's okay-ish. And so far he has only large deep space freighters and LDSFs. I don't know why this is popping up all the time. So cancel. Starships, hulls. There we go. Large deep space, Coldpain, and that's it. Scoreboard. Still to base it at the Rebel, but he's now expanding fast. And where is the privateer? He's here. He's not expanding that fast. Okay. Time machine turn 8. And really, really unlucky. What is this? A Falcon. And here he found the rebels. All right. So is he going to drop? No, he's not. So he's probably going to go into negotiation with him. So maybe the rebels are located somewhat here. Not sure. We will see. Good. He is now drawing circles. Are these 350 light year circles? I guess. So let's check that. We have this ruler, right? So we click here and we click the outside of here, and that's 300. Okay. Okay. Anyway, what do we have? I just want to get rid of these layers, I guess. Yeah, delete. No, I don't want to delete them, but you can disable them by clicking this button. Okay. Good. What else do we see? We see a cyborg, a probe. Okay. So a Borg is somewhat near. Reason for that is the hyperspace B200 probes have only 80 fuel, so they can only jump once. And then, you know, they need to refuel. And yeah, but this guy is even showing himself, which I find strange. I don't know why. Okay, anyway, so cycle through the ships. Interesting build here. Just 15 factories, and he limited himself. He put up some defense. Very cautious, very cautious. 3 fighters and 2 X-rays. And I mean, yeah, very interesting. But he's opting for this planet. Why? Why don't you go for this one? Because probably because this is nearer, I guess. But you have a higher density on this one, right? Yeah, but the uranium is a little bit higher. So maybe he's going to develop both these planets with 80 factories. Not sure. We're going to see that next turn. Yeah, as I said, reaching out to this cloak, just clans this time. And getting money back. I hope he doesn't lose this ship. If he loses this ship with those amount of mega credits, that would be really awful. Okay, let's have a look here as well. Okay, so this is very interesting. He's just going for an early defense build. He is kind of securing his planets. This is something I haven't seen before, and I don't think that this is good practice, because you could have more factories. Yeah, you're a little bit more vulnerable, but you have like cloakers all the way. What can happen? Then you lose one planet. But okay, who am I to question the best of the best, right? Insectoid representative. Yes, here is the money planet, but it's unfortunately very far away. Let's again have a look. How far are you away? That is more than 3 turns, actually. Look at this. Is it? No, it's 3 turns. Okay, Okay, 3 turns. And look at this. Can get money out of here. Yeah, 1,300. So the first planet, and again, the planet is not awesome, right? It's just too far away, not too many insectoids. Temperature is quite okay. They will grow a little bit until I would say 6-7 million, and then he will get more and more money, but that's good. So aggressively, just dropping a clan, flying outwards. Good. Continue. What did he find here? Another barren planet. Man, this sucks. Okay, I mean, I understand why he didn't go for a second build, base build. Really shitty. Look at this, man. Poor guy. Not giving up, further continuing his journey, correct. Maybe he finds something here, or yeah. Good. So let's have a look at his planets, how they are developed. But before that, what is he building? Now a medium. Yeah, medium is always good. If you don't know what else to build a medium. They cost almost nothing, as you can see, 2741, 365, and they have 200 cargo. Awesome ship. One of the best ships in the game, my opinion. Okay, he's just getting out everything he can from this planet. Attack is set. Since he's flying back 4 grand, he's now going for the, I'm going to maximize my colonist build. Also this one, just harvesting whatever he can with the shit he has. Yeah. Okay, reptilian, 10 clans, 1 clan, 33. Yeah. Okay, still on 1 base, but what can he do? He doesn't have the money. A scoreboard. Anyone else with 2 bases? No. And the rebel is kind of expanding fast. Good. For 9. Let's see, 32 minutes again. So let's get rid of these overlays. They really are a little bit nerving for me. And there we have it. This probe jumped onto his planet and he said, okay, if he fights me, he needs to fight against an X-ray at least. So where might this probe come from? Let's have a look. Hyperspace. So there was a probe here. So he can't have come from here, but maybe he came from one of these planets. So from here, he could have come from here, here. Maybe even this one. And there's the cyborg. Okay, now this is a bit bad for the Borg, because I would now divert this ship into this direction as well, because this guy can pillage, and anytime I see a B-41 explorer, I get like a headache and go yikes. This ship is so bad. In my opinion, you shouldn't build it. I mean, it has 1 engine, 4 beams. Yeah, it is a kind of an early defense, but let's see how this guy will work out. But and he's showing himself. You should never try to show yourself like this, and at least not in the beginning. And also he has a waypoint set. Why? Now I see he's coming from here and is flying to there. So probably the Borg is somewhere located here, I guess. Yeah, I don't like this. This is just exposing too much information. Okay, so what do we have? Another Baron. Okay, now he's going to fly back. He's not opting for these 2 and then to fly back, but he's just directly flying back. And yeah, lucky the large deep space fighter here kind of didn't encounter it because he has no warship nearby. And yeah, he's flying to this planet and getting the medium up there as well. That's just a barren planet. Okay, he's flying out this direction. Why not directly to the reptilian unity planet? Okay, he wants to take a turn from here. Yeah, reason for that is, as I told you, he wants to get this planet up and running with the Molly, and then he will certainly fly to the reptilian unity here. Also, he wants to up and get the tritanium out here. Got it. And further trying to find good natives, and another barren planet. Oh my. Okay, one of the worst openings I have seen for a long time, really. Not openings, but findings, right? He doesn't find any natives at all. Oh man, I feel this guy. But who knows, maybe this is the same for everyone, but I can't believe that. If this guy's name would be Fexer, sorry Fexer, just joking, right? He would have found himself already bovinoids, insectoids, unity, left, right, whatever. Again, get rid of this annoying layers here. I don't know even how he builds this. So this is probably, he drew some lines and then to say this part is yours. Probably the rebel is located here. And he says, look, I'm going to take everything which is here, and then, you know, something like that, I guess. So let's get rid of these layers. And also if you use them, color them, then they don't get that annoying, right? So if you, like, for instance, take one of those, go for, not this one, okay. Where are these lines? Here. If you take these, go for edit, and then just change the color to something like this. Okay, that's too dark, but you get my point, right? Then it's not that annoying. So somewhere probably in between like this, right? And now if you kind of deactivate the rest, yeah, but he has everything in one, so you can't do that thoroughly. So let's get rid of those. What do we have? We have a falcon here, and I'm pretty sure he talked this guy into let's trade ships, and I'm going to give you a Coldpain soon. I have one here, and I'm going to hand that over to you. Now you might say, is that a good trade? On paper it's not. Reason is you have a Coldpain, which has Mark IV, 2 engines, can cloak, so a far superior ship, but in the hands of a Klingon, hyperspace capable ships are twofold. Extremely good, because they have like 120 cargo, and he has like 15-to-1 ground combat ratio. So 120 clans fight like, let's calculate, 1,340 clans if he drops them. And since this ship is planet immune, and it has beams, he can pillage and drop at the same time. So this is a money source. I would directly offer a D7 Coldpain to any, for one Falcon even. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they are going to exchange these ships next turn. Let's see. Here he's flying some minerals back to his homeworld, and he's going to develop this planet, and we see an X here. So let's see. I guess the probe tried to kill the colony with X-rays, but he had one turn excess and could build plasma bolts, and the plasma bolts will kill off the probe. And as you can also see, the double beam rate also applies to planets. So this is also a good thing. The Hordes of Fury are really good against any kind of fighter-based ships, and the double beams really good. All right, so let's cycle through again. Okay, sending out clans, taking a little bit of torpedoes with him, and he thinks that the probe here will be stranded, and then maybe he has the opportunity to kill it. Let's see. Yep, ship's still en route. Come on, natives, tribal insectoids. Oh God. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself, but this is almost getting funny. I mean, this is like the shittiest natives I've seen. Okay, is he going to drop? Yes. He told the rebel, look, I'm willing to exchange ships, but maybe meet me here. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he has one kind of agreement. Okay. And if he didn't have this planet, already game over. Yeah, and it's lucky it's avians because he's getting some money out. But really, dude, very unlucky. What is his next build? Medium or D7? D7. Okay. Let's go board. What do we have? Still 2 bases on the privateers and 2 bases on the rebels. And although he has found like only shitty planets, He has like 17 planets, that's fine, and explored a lot, so that's good. Crystals are gaining some priority points here. Maybe they also caught ship. So let's see, time machine turn 11. We are slowly getting there. Again, let's get rid of this really annoying drawings. I'm sorry, I don't like your drawings. I like how you play it, but I don't like your drawings. So look, normally he plays it like this. Yeah, this looks awful. Don't, please. Have a look at my tips and tricks video on how to draw on the map, because this is not very good. Yeah. Okay, so this probe is kind of, I saw a large deep space freighter here. I want to kill it. Yeah, this is not going to happen, dude. No way. And you don't have any fuel to fly back home. You have shitty stuff, and he's debating you. So he's going to fly the Coldpain class cruiser to this planet. NTP, cyborg, awesome. And what is he going to do with the ship? He's just going to wait here. Okay, come on. Good natives, bovinoid fuel, but only 1.976 million. But this is, I think, the third best besides this not developed insectoid planet here. Okay. Again, he talked to the rebel and said, look, you colonize, but I'm going to drop all of them, and probably the rebel is okay with that. Also here, he's seeing waypoints. Dudes, why are you setting waypoints? Look at my tips and tricks videos. Never, ever set waypoints. Don't do it. You give way too much information to the enemy. Another barren planet. Okay, what do we have here? Nothing. Okay, and just now he is flying over into this direction. Good. More to the Borg. And the rebel is accompanying him. He didn't give him the ship yet, I guess. But they're not fighting each other. I'm pretty sure they're going to exchange the ship. Okay, so development going on, and really he's squeezing out everything he can from this one planet and building cheap ships. I honestly, seeing that, would have never guessed that he would win this game, honestly. Okay, so again, Illwind with Mark IV in turn 11. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, developed, and he has early defense pose. Very cautious player. Yep, these are not developed yet. Good. I think from what I see, he's making the best out of the natives he got. Yeah, and Nilwind. Yeah, I mean, it has a large hull. It's turn 11. How many ships do we have? Still 112, because not many bases are built. And yeah. Okay, so time machine turn 12. Let's have a look. No fighting yet, because this probe is kind of with a waypoint set, fighting a flying warp 6 into the middle of nowhere. Why? What are you doing, man? I don't get you. What is this cyborg? You really that high in DM? I can't imagine. Ship Soul Deal Feudal. Finally. A planet worthwhile to build a base, a second base. Reason you get money, like 600, but better you get warp 9 engines. Very good. Yeah, drop 10 clans. He's like a favor of the 10 clan guy. Not sure why, but he loves 10 clans. Okay, just getting rid of the infestation from the rebels here, and these were all barren planets, so they don't matter at all. And now he fueled up. He's seeing a probe here, but I think probe has enough fuel to jump out. That's why he's not opting to kind of attack it, but directly going for the cluster here of the cyborg. Okay, So this time we're not going to cycle through everything. Or do we need to do that? Where did the Falcon go? There was a Falcon here as well. Rebel, Rebel. Okay. Let's see if the Rebel gave him a Falcon or not. I guess not. Interesting. But they didn't fight each other. Okay. Good. So what is he building? Another Illwind. Okay, and he's now sending those into this area. So by turn 17 or 18, he will reach this planet here, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, turn 17, 18. And then the Illwinds are good fighters early on. Does he have torpedoes? Yes, 200. Okay, also opting for the Reptilian Unity planet here. And then I think he will fly into the cyborg area. Looking at the scoreboard, my cyborg friend has a second base now, and he's building warships, but 26,000. Let's compare that with the Hordes of Fury. Yeah, that's quite good. Maybe he has already some fire clouds. Let's see. So let's jump directly into turn 13. Again, what is he building? A large deep space freighter. Okay, trying to make the best of it. And he has built a base at the siliconoid planet here. So he can next turn build either some ships with torpedoes, again, small ones, like he has some in his arsenal, the D7 for example. But he needs to get the tech level up. We'll see how he will proceed with that. Also, this guy, he's now orienting himself into this direction of the cyborg. And what has happened here? The cyborg killed off the planet, I guess. 2 VCRs. So number 1, he's capturing this ship. That's fine. And number 2, probe. Oh yeah, this B-41 Explorer is killing this planet. Okay, so what? You don't care, right? Good. Heading over, what do we have? Avian Unity. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 92 degrees, bad, but look at this. Now imagine you had this planet somewhere here, like also 2 turns away, right? 2,355 mega credits. Imagine that. Yeah, but he didn't. So, oh my. Also here, what is this? A Firecloud class cruiser in the orbit. Okay, he's preparing a channel, I guess. Yeah. Okay, continuing his journey with 10 clans everywhere. This is Gypsodial Feudal, dropped 1 clan. Continuing. Again, oh man. Let's get rid of this layer. Thank you. Thank God. Okay, flying this probe to this planet from here. Yeah, not sure. I think he will repair it. Star Drive 1? Why? Go for 4. 4 doesn't cost much and you can overdrive it and fly around. Really cool. Okay, just developing this planet, as I said, Reptilian Unity. Look at this, directly saying himself, I'm getting out every money I can. Reason is he can then get this Illwind and on the Illwind get more money, and then there is some stuff on the planet already and build more torpedoes. Okay, but he is standing still here, not doing anything. Okay, explore, cyborg set, flying out, developing a little bit more. Okay, so no Falcon exchange yet. Interesting. And he's going for Pillage Planet. Okay, so if you don't know how pillaging works is, you need to have at least 1 clan on the planet. And then, so he beams down 1 clan and then he goes for pillage. Next turn, I think 20%, we can look that up, of the natives will be killed, but you get supplies in return and money. And he can then use that to develop this planet a little bit. But he's going to kill off quite a large portion of the natives here. Okay, so let's have a look. Still operating from 1 base in turn 13. Another large deep space freighter. Okay, these planets are well developed. now, so let's have a look. Okay, 50, that's fine. 200 on the one with the uranium. 200 on the one with tritanium. Very good. And as you can see, I think it's really good that we got to see a gameplay where a guy doesn't get lucky, like Fexer, with like 1 million natives everywhere, 10 millions, and awesome kind of government types. But he's building up slowly, and as you can see, you don't need much. So it is just about coordination. And at the same time, he has like 4 warships in every direction, or in 3 directions here at least, right? And he's doing his stuff. It's awesome. I love it. I love it what you're doing with the minimal set of natives that were given to you. Honestly, impressive. I like that. Also build more natives. Good. So again, scoreboard, turn 13. No second base yet. Yeah, you lost a B200 probe. Time machine turn 14. I think in 17, 18, we're going to see him some action here, and he got a mine hit. So let's have a look. So we have a Falcon here. The Falcon, probably because of this line, will take over this planet. We are going to get rid of this layer. And what is this? Is he drawing a Bermuda Triangle? Interesting. So flying back, this one heroic captain, right? He was in the middle of nowhere and is now returning home from his glorious expedition, life experience. This I like a lot. He's going to get the fuel from this planet here. What kind of planet is it? Fuel planet. Okay, but again, barren. He didn't, yeah, he dropped everything. He's now going to jump back to here and then fly over here, and then probably, because this is Star Drive 1, he's going to clone the B200s. 15 times 15 is 225, so it's by far not as good as a Falcon, but cloning it, it's awesome for pillaging. Again, beam weapons, pillage, and also for dropping, you can have 225 clans fighting. And now have a look. So he killed off the natives, and from 6.2 million it got reduced to 4.9, but he is now dropping 1 clan 69 and not moving the ship. Probably because he wants to get the minerals and then build torpedoes, I guess. This ship is in the middle of nowhere. He could, by the way, you can pillage Amorphs by dropping 1 clan and doing pillage at the same turn. If there is then no clan left next turn, because the Amorphs will eat it, all money and supplies will be beamed up to the ship. So bear that and remember that. Okay. Okay, the uranium flying back, and this guy. Okay, this just looked like a Bermuda Triangle, but it is like more. He's going to rendezvous with another ship here with this large deep space fighter, and then probably give him some fuel, because as you can see, the large deep space fighter doesn't have much fuel. We have the bovinoids here, so he needs to get some clans up here. We have the insectoids and the gypsolials. As I said, and another gypsolial. I would have opted for this cluster, because here at the beginning he went with the D7 to this planet. I would have gone for this, because you have a higher chance and these planets are together. But, you know, afterwards you'll always know more, and maybe here would have been like 3 natives and here all barren. You never know. Okay, and again, look at this. I'm going to incorporate this. I'm playing it badly because I am sending out every turn a ship back and forth, and also another ship, so that I don't miss at all the money. This guy is doing it differently. He's like waiting, letting them grow, and then at some point of time he says, okay, now I have again enough. I have projected that I can build at least 3 or 4 ships now with the money I have. I'm going to have an Illwind or 2 and then more D7s. And with that, I'm going to operate. And then, again, I'm going to need the money. And then he is sending the ship back and always collecting 4,000 grand and then, you know, doing other stuff like supplying other planets. Really, really good. This is something we can learn from him. What I don't like is he's going on exploration. I mean, he has X-rays, but Minesweep would be good. Again, what do we have? Barren planet, 1 clan, continue, beam up fuel. Also, yep, going for the cyborg. As I said, turn 14, pressuring. An early Illwind is such a monster because of the double beams. And I would have even built them with plasma bolts because they pack more firepower. And really, double beam on the Klingons is awesome. Here he is now deployed stuff on this reptilian planet, and he's also going for this planet here. Yeah, he's going to stand still with this ship. Interesting. Because he doesn't have any fuel left. And yeah, here it happened. He got struck by a minefield. Or, you know, critical, has struck a mine, there we go, because he tried to intercept the ship, and yeah, got a minefield hit there. All right, that's his turn. I guess he's going to build another ship space fighter or Coldpain class cruiser. I will say Coldpain. Yes, Coldpain. Okay, second base. Let's see if he's building anything on the second base. No, he's not, as predicted. But probably in 2 turns he will have a probe and then he's going to clone the probe. That's pretty sure. Or at least I would do it. Let's see. Turn 15. Man, I think I'm going to split up this and at some point of time not move with 5 turns, but maybe 3 turns. And then, you know, after 1 hour and 10 minutes, so this will be part 1 and then we'll have a look at part 2. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. Okay, but first of all, as you know, get rid of the annoying stuff here. And this guy is going to fly over to the base as predicted. Fine. And yep. Good. Mega credits. Lance again flying out to here. This Coldpain class cruiser. Yeah, sparing some neutronium. And he's now running a little bit low on Molly, right? There we go. And the cyborg is doing his thing. And we got another critical report. Has been destroyed by a biocide class carrier. Ooh, let's have a look. 10 plasma bolts, 0 fighters. Okay. Yep, it's going to die. So biocide already built by lunch money. Nice. However, Mr. Lunch Money, why didn't you set NTP? Because you didn't set that friendly code. That way, the Klingon saw now that you don't have any fighters at all, right? So you could hide this, because if you set the friendly code to NTP, this bar here is not shown at all. You see it just with 10 plasma bolts. Okay, but nevertheless, this is a win for the cyborg. He's flying out with a fire cloud now. And he has a fire cloud here. And he showed his strengths. He was like, look, dude, I am turn 15. I have cyborg cube. Okay. Scoreboard. 2 bases for the Evil Empire. The Lizard, finally. This is far too late, Casebolt. I'm sorry. You need to watch Lizard videos. This is far too late. Far too late. Okay, so reports. Using transporters to beam down supplies. Okay. Let's get back and have a look at the ships. Again, just flying around. I think we had done this already. Yep. And he's now backing off. Initially, he wanted to go into the cyborg space and area, but he realized this defensive minefield, I can't sweep it. So he's backing off. What do we have here? It was clear. It's barren. I'm pretty sure this is barren too. Amorphs. Yeah, and now look what he's doing. These are too many clans actually. You can just do one clan and then pillage. And then you get all the money back. But I think he wants to have enough so that he can build torpedoes and get access to the minerals. So we are going to see that next turn. Yeah, so here, as you can see, one clan survived. He got the minerals and he's now building torpedoes and heading out cloaked. As I said, here's same thing. And this is interesting. These D7s are, I'm never going to get back home ships. They're just sent out and that's it. I'm going to play like this in the future as well. Okay, so star bases, another D7, yes. But this time he realized, okay, I need to, and look at this, I mean, he invested 300 molly so that he gets heavy disruptors out so that he can start sweeping stuff. Okay, turn 16. Again, first thing need to do. Adios drawings. Where were we? I wanted to see this pillaging ship here, right? Yes. Okay, this is, where was the amorph one? Here it was. I'm sorry. So as you can see, 31 clans are too many. Just drop one clan. And if you then want to get more out of it, because he has like no clans on it, or he beamed them up, but then he would have beamed up the minerals as well. Just beam down one clan and that's it. Now he's heading into the backyard because he guesses that the cyborg went into the back area here. Let's see. What do we have here? The Birdman. Okay. Still flying out. Amorphs. Do you pillage? No, but he beams up fuel. Fine. Here I think it was Gypsodial. Yeah, just distributing the stuff. That's fine. We're not going to eagerly watch this. And now, as I said, cloning is happening. Now look at this. You need Haltech 111 and mega credits. Only 70 because it's Star Drive 1, 13 uranium, 24 titanium and molly. And with this ship, he will be able to get now money. Reason is, you can jump out, pillage your own planets, which you find here, and then, you know, jump back. Very good. Also some molly. Yeah, he will have enough because cloning this ship doesn't cost anything. Yeah, so let's cycle through. I'm still really impressed on how this game goes, because we're going to have a look at the scoreboard in a second. And yeah, it's now just kind of being defensive, I guess. You see more and more minefields popping up here because he can't sweep them. Just getting the stuff from here, distributing. I guess he will fly them down. But here he got himself two nice planets. Look at these. At least this one. This one is awesome. We're going to see this one. Look, and he's pillaging it. I wouldn't do that. And the reason is this. Look, just needs to get some clans over. Just some clans and you get 3,000 mega credits each turn. That's almost like 18 Mark 7 torpedoes each turn, please. But yeah, he's pillaging it. I mean, he has like nice, okay. I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, this planet I would have pillaged 100%. Why? Avians pre-tribal. Reason is they don't yield much money, as you can see. It's still good, but not as like 3,000 as this one. So pillage these. But why do you pillage this one? Okay. Amorphs, so heading out. And I think we're going to do until turn 20. And then this will be the first part. And we're going to have watch the second part. I mean, if you watch these videos, you can just turn on, you know, 2 times the speed. That's good enough, I guess, because I'm a slow talker. And then that way you get more out of the videos, because watching over 2 hours of planets, I think it's too much. So, okay, scoreboard. What do we have? Rebel is now at 3. And let's also have a look at the military. So let's start with the Hordes of Fury. He has like mainly only Coldpains, 2 ill winds, and that's it. He doesn't even have a victorious, whereas the Cyborg already has a biocide, right? Yeah. So, but still, the scores are quite equal. So it might be that all the people are unlucky except for the robots, which seem to have a large force already. Good. Time machine. Turn 17. Oh man, I would have never thought, seeing this, that this guy would win this game. Never. I'm still puzzled on how he's going to do that. So let's see. 1 ship cloned, and he's continuing the cloning, and this time he's also going to repair the ship, and this one is jumping out, and he's just going to pillage the Morse planets with this ship, 2-3 turns, and then jump back, and you will have lots of money. What do we have? A Falcon, okay, doing his shenanigans. Here, nice titanium duranium. I also would like to see some Victorious at this time, but can't build them because he doesn't have money. And look what happened. Okay, I'm sensing Fire Cloud play here. He got into an agreement with the Cyborg. So almost every game, as I told you, had fire clouds somewhat within the play. And he told the Cyborg, look dude, we can either battle each other or we team up. And the Cyborg said, okay, let's team up. Okay. Somehow sensed that. I would be not surprised to see now fire clouds getting into play at some point of time. Let's see. Let's see. Again, look at the fuel. Always burning it to the last little bit because you need to conserve fuel every time. Still operating from just 2 bases. And he has like this small cluster here. And just building Coldpain class cruisers with either X-rays or Mark 7. And I mean those 4 where is the ship with the heavy disruptors? I just want to show you how much they sweep. So what you can do is you click here on the hull. Now we see all D7s, and now we pick the one with the heavy disruptors. There we go. We change it to Minesweep, and as you can see, it just sweeps 1,296 mines. That's almost nothing. And here alone we have 6,500. So sweeping that would take like 5 turns. And then, you know, this guy can lay another round of mines. Yeah. Okay, so still building Coldpains and cloning. So let's jump into the next time machine, turn 18. Get rid of stuff, man. There we go. So he jumped out, and as I predicted, he's going to pillage this planet. And he's already doing it with the Coldpain class cruiser, and then he can jump the stuff back. Now the Falcon appeared here. Interesting. Maybe he talked the guy into give me a Falcon. Finally, we'll see. Still no 3rd base. It's turn 18. Still developing. Flying the stuff over here, and maybe he got into an agreement and said, why don't we go over and attack something? Let's see, is there a VCR? No, but there's a critical distress call here actually. That's at an explosion. Swiftheart class scout. Look at this. So the Birdman sneaked or tried to sneak into the Borg area but didn't succeed. Yeah. Okay, and probably he's going to take a ride. I'm not sure, we'll see. So he's kind of getting all his ships to one place. Okay, doesn't matter. Again, Coldpain class cruiser, I knew it, and cloning, and that's it. So let's speed up a little bit here. Scoreboard. He's just playing with Coldpain class cruisers. He doesn't have a Wiki yet, man. And the Wiki is cheap, but he doesn't have the money. So very interesting. I guess you don't need it at this point of time. Cram, what are you doing? Interesting. And look at the robots. Oh my god. 7,000, 74,000. Ooh. So, but missed a turn or what? Not sure. Okay, scoreboard. Time machine turn 19. Let's have a look. First things first, as you know, just costs 10 seconds. And we have a Falcon approaching this planet here. And to target the ships. Developing those, and he has now a third base, again on the siliconoid participatory one. And he's now opting to get that insectoid also developed. Yeah, it's playing very decentral. I like that. Again, I'm a very centralistic player, trying to squeeze out everything and build more and more ships. My problem is I always run out of fuel. These guys are playing decentral. They have their ships spread out. They don't use these ships here to transport stuff forth and back. And they just actively spread out more. Definitely need to do that. Lots of morphs here. He found the Birdman. He said, is this the home world? No. He's now looking for it. And I can tell, 1, 2, 3, that this is the home world actually. Yeah, waypoints are set. This is the home world. It's not this one. Because it has 3 connections. And yeah. Good. So anything else do we see here on the reports besides the distress call? No, we don't. Again, very, very slow game. Turn 20 and you barely have 200 ships. I mean, the Rebel has now 5 bases. He's at least producing out of 2. He should be producing out of the 5. But this is the one with the priority points. So every base which is not producing will yield you priority points, and later you can build ships then. Turn 19. So time machine turn 20, and then we'll take a cut here and say this is part 1. And then we're going to continue with part 2 at another time. Okay, so the Falcon is at this base. And there are 2 Falcons, and I'm pretty sure he's going to trade them, as you can see, for a D7 Coldpain class cruiser. There we go. So maybe we'll have a look at turn 21. And as I said, this is not the home world. The home world is this one, because all the waypoints you saw, they're all from here. Okay. So let's cycle through the ships. And yeah, and this is now happening. As I said, again, I am sorry, but we saw so far like 2 wins, and all of them had fire clouds involved. All of them. Was it also with the Federation? I will check. Right? And the same thing is going to happen here. I'm going to predict that to you. He's going to get this fire cloud handed over, and he's going to try and start cloning it. I just want to quickly have a sneak peek at time machine, let's say 50. I'm not going to, let's get rid of the map. Let's have a look at the hulls. And do we see fire clouds? And yes, we do. Oh my, I wanted to have a game where you don't see fire clouds, but again, I mean, what you can already take with you is, if you can get your hands on the fire clouds, please do so. Even if they have this shitty configuration, as you can see, with Star Drive 1 and lasers, this channeling opens so many opportunities to you, and it's such a slow game that you can take this and use for your advantage. Okay, So we're going to continue at turn 21 next time. And unfortunately, I got another game with fire clouds involved. And I hope that we in the future will also see some games where people won, maybe also together without the help of fire clouds. Okay, that's it from my side. Hope you still had some fun and will join me on the second part. We are going to see how he's going to transition, because this will be fun to see actually. How the Klingon will transition from his current state of having just Coldpain class cruisers, honestly, just two D19 and 2 Illwinds. That's it. That's his whole fleet. You know, some probes, and that's it. Turn 21. From my gut feeling, this is a very weak force yet. And if you look at the scoreboard, you also see Hordes of Fury is at 40k. This guy is at 60, 60, 40, and you know, this guy is at 94, 64. So eager to see how he manages to win this game. With that, hope to see you soon at part 2. Gigaschatten over and